are in Las Vegas at the World Series finale at the South Point, and I have Tiffany Davis with me, and she's been using the active line for a while now between her bulls and her husband, and she's going to give you, and herself, and she's going to give you a little backstory about their business, just so everybody knows a little bit and what your conditions have been.
How I kind of actually researched it, first of all, and, the laser therapy, and I thought, man, but it was the big machines and stuff, and the more I researched, I found this. And then the more I checked into it, a friend of mine, Samantha Mooney, had one. She let me borrow hers, and it was just like, you don't believe it's hard to believe that it can work like it does.
Right.
But the more research I did, and then after I borrowed hers, I'm like, man, I'm sold. This thing is awesome. So what I did, I eventually went and got my own. And since then, I have not only worked on just the bulls, but my husband and myself, too. My husband's in a wheelchair. He was paralyzed in a bull riding accident in 1998. So his, being paralyzed from the chest down, the circulation in his legs and stuff doesn't work. And then he's always getting hurt, and getting sores on him. So I'll pop, these things on him for no time and for pressure sores and stuff like that. But then even his muscles where he's pushing the chair and stuff get sore,
Of course.
This morning, right before we got out here, first thing this morning, I run the laser over him and stuff and get him going.
So it's your routine.
Yes. Especially when we're on the airplane to get the blood flowing and stuff again. But and then myself, instead of Tylenols, and I don't like taking medicine,
Mm-hmm.
so I'll do this, and then it's kind of neat to see people's reaction because I love, proving something to somebody, and somebody at the house will be sore, their back's hurting. I said, well, let me get the laser. That thing. And then when they do it later, you got to be kidding me. So I'm like, yeah, I'll save you a Tylenol. But then that's just on our end. So that was just a plus for it because, it'd really be worth it just for us.
Yeah.
But what's really been nice is for our bucking bulls. The bulls are harder to handle than horses. You can't just tie them up. But we do have facility where we can put them, in a squeeze chute or something like that. Or even right before they're getting ready to buck, I can run it over them or something like that. And then when I'm feeding, when they're eating, for example, I had some horn infections. And on those horn infections, when they were eating, I just stood right over them while they were eating and held the laser, the blue light and stuff, and it would heal them horn infections.
That's the 470 nanometer blue light, which is great for bacterial.
Yeah, whatever,
issues.
It works. I don't know what any of that means. I just, and then we had some with really bad older bulls that had really bad horn infections. They was getting ready to chop their horns off because the horn cavity was hollow all the way down to this, to the sinus, and that goes in the sinus cavity. And so I said, before you chop these horns off, because he's got beautiful horns, I said, let me just see if I can get them healed. Because, the first thing they want to do is go all the way down.
Right.
So what I did is they nipped them off, and before, instead of going all the way down, it was, like I said, hollow. I started doctoring with this, and I showed you pictures of the difference of how they grew up. And now he still has his horns, and they look beautiful, and he has no horn infections. But now that one, we got him up, every day. And I did put, some pine tar old remedies, but nothing fancy, and it was bad enough to do antibiotics, but I only had to do antibiotics one time, and I would keep checking his temperature. And my vet even said, because I had a bull that broke his leg and the bone shot through the back of it, and we wanted to save him, healed that with it, and just some cream and stuff. But my vet was even saying, man, you need to go work on some of my clients and stuff for me. He even couldn't believe how well it healed up.
Work.
Yeah. So I really, I'm one that I told you, I said, I sound like I talk a lot of bull, but I really believe in something. You can't get me to shut up about it. And so I really do. I've seen, and Jerome even, he's the hardest sell.
Well, we're going to talk to him too.
Yeah, now, and he was, when I proved it to him, because I told you he was very, very frugal or cheap. When I finally, after we had borrowed Samantha's, and then he realized how much it worked, when I found one, he was like, it was like, we'd be stupid not to. With the money we have in these bulls now, what we're selling our partnerships for, and the bulls, the vet bills, what it costs, it's really
you're protecting your investment,
and not to mention him, with the pressures and the hospital bills and stuff like that. Because this, now tell me if I'm wrong. When I researched it, the blue light even kills MRSA, right? I mean, it's a very strong.
3 treatments with our pro in 1 hour will kill a colony.
So that's when tell people that it's it's strong to be able to kill that. So.
Proud flesh, all that fun stuff you have to deal with livestock.
But, and I showed you, on different, the bull with the leg and then the horns, I kind of take pictures, and I put the dates on them. And the time frame is amazing, too, how fast it heals.
So, generally, 70% accelerated recovery rate with the healing process is what we're seeing. And then also, you factor in your pre-performance. If you laser them before, they're going to minimize their injuries when they're competing, when your bulls are out there bucking around, and even when you're just bucking them for practice and stuff like that.
Yeah, because even though no matter how much we warm them up, like for the bucking bulls, it's not like a horse you can go ride them and let, So, and then sometimes in the back pens there, they get to but they've not actually got to stretch out or anything. Right. So it works good right before, because it's so fast. Yeah. I'll be back there lasing the bulls, and you wouldn't believe the bull riders that's coming up to me like, what do you got? What do you got? So anyways,
we're going to expand
it's my magic wand. I'm getting ready to make him really buck. Yeah. So, but I've ended up working on a few bull riders after it was over with, the wrist and stuff like that.
We need that. So.
Anyways.
Well, thank you for sharing everything with us, and we're glad you're a laser advocate for us and using it, and hopefully we talk to your husband too.
Yes.
We look forward to supporting you guys.
Thank y'all.